Hey everybody, welcome back to Overland Florida. I'm Kevin, and today I want to show you a new electric stand-up paddleboard pump that was shipped to me. Now, even though this was shipped to me and it's brand new in the box, I actually already own one. And when I was in the market looking for one, I did the exact same thing you guys are doing. I went online, I tried to read reviews, but then I asked Ron, who actually already has a paddleboard pump, and this is the exact same pump he has. So not only does Ron already own one, I own one. So there's a little bit of history behind this pump. It's not just something that I'm opening up in the box brand new to show you guys. We've used this dozens and dozens of times blowing up our paddle boards. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open up the box and show you guys what's inside. Now this inflates all the way to 20 PSI, and there's not many paddle boards on the market that actually need 20 PSI in them, so it's plenty of power. So right here you got a 12-volt socket to power it if you have like a battery, like especially if you have like a boat battery or something like that. You got the hose, and you also have multiple ends, so you can actually inflate air mattresses with this. So you can use it as a paddleboard pump, an air mattress pump, and you can even blow up little tiny little pool floats and stuff like that. So it comes in pretty handy. It's definitely multi-purpose. So here's the unit right here. It's got a nice carry handle on top. It's got rubber feet, so if you set it down, it's not gonna be vibrating all over the place. It's got a tiny little LCD screen right here, which is perfect. All you need to do is just have it read out the PSI or bar. It reads out in both. You can select it right there. It's pretty simple to use. You got your power button, and you got your plus and minus, and that's gonna change the PSI lower or higher, and it automatically shuts off. So if you set it at like 13.5 PSI, you can walk away, you can unload the car, you can get the kids ready, you can do whatever you need to do, and you don't have to worry about this pump. It's automatically gonna shut off when it reaches the selected PSI. So right here you have the inflate and deflate. So not only will this inflate your paddleboard to whatever PSI you want, up to 20, to get all the air out, to suck it up so it can roll really tight so you can get it back in the bag, you can actually deflate it so it'll suck all the air out of it. So that's a pretty good feature too. And of course inside you got your little instruction booklet, you got some extra little rubber valve fittings right here, and you have a little carrying case. So let's go ahead and put some power to this and I'll show you guys how it works. So once you put power to the pump, it's automatically going to come on with the screen, and if you push this top button right here, it's going to go from PSI to bar. You push it again, it's going to go from bar to PSI. Now there's a plus and minus, and you use that to select whatever PSI you want the pump to shut off at. So if you want to pump up your paddleboard to say 13.5, just go down to 13.5 right there, leave it, and you push your power button, and it'll start pumping. Now make sure you select the correct paddleboard fitting. They're pretty much all universal. This is pretty much the only fitting you're going to use for a majority of paddleboards. One thing we did notice is we actually had to bring the John Deere out here to use this power source right here, the Gator clips on the battery. It works fine, but we noticed this clip must not be deep enough to use on power banks, because if I plug it in to either of my power banks, even if you push it as far as you can and give it a little turn, the pump has no power, no matter what you do. So that's kind of a bummer. So I won't be able to use my power banks. So once you set the pump to whatever PSI you want it to shut off at, it's time to hook it up to the paddleboard. So all you're gonna do is put it in, push firmly, and give it like half a twist, and it'll lock in there. And now it's time to just go ahead and hit the power button. But just to give you guys an idea of how long it's gonna take, what time is it?
It is 3:54.
All right, it's 3:54, and we're gonna turn it on. All right, we'll be back with you guys in just a couple minutes. All right, so the pump shut off like it was supposed to at 13.5 PSI. It worked great. What time is it?
It is 4:02.
4:02, so it took less than 10 minutes to pump up, which is actually pretty good. Like I said, you can use that time wisely to unload the car, get the kids ready, you know, get stuff ready to go out on the water. The pump did not get hot at all. It's actually pretty cool to the touch. So the only thing left to do is just disconnect it from the paddleboard, and you're good to go. So I would say this is a pretty good pump for the money. And like I said, I already own one of these pumps, so it's already something that I own and I use all the time. We take the paddleboards everywhere when we go out on the boat. So the pump's disconnected. It worked well. There was no leaks around the fitting. It came with extra little rubber gaskets. It's pretty much just like a little end for like a garden hose. So even if you run out of those ones, you can get these at like Home Depot or your local store. But this is sold on Amazon. If you guys are interested in it, I'll put a link in the description. Thanks for watching.